ready? Commission of Rio Grande City. It is Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. It is 6:29 p.m. and we are Commission Chamber, City Hall, 5332 East US Highway 83, Rio Grande City, Texas, Suite A. At this time, we'll have the invocation by Commissioner Garza, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Flores.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to get together and conduct city business. We ask, Lord, that you help us make right and proper decisions for this city. We thank you, Lord, for all the wonderful blessings that you have given us, especially the rain we had last week. We ask, Lord, that you continue blessing us and blessing this great city. We ask, Lord, that you protect our police officers, that you protect our soldiers in harm's way, and we ask, Lord, that you bless everybody present and those that couldn't be with us. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Constitution and allegiance to the state of God.
Next business and orders, item 1B, roll call and finding a quorum. Ms. Garza?
Yes, Mayor Villarreal.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Garza.
Here.
Commissioner Flores.
Here.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Here.
Commissioner Escobedo.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. Next item is 1C, public forum. Do we have anyone signed up for public forum?
No, sir.
For the record, no one signed up for public forum. Next is item 1D, departmental reports.
Well, Mayor, we got a couple of reports. We have one presentation from Ms. Hernandez. Well, I'll let her explain that and they're coming. So it's a presentation of a check. And also with that, I want to congratulate Sarah and all the city staff for the Freedom Fest event. It was awesome.
Yes.
I think we saw all the staff there. I know Frank was also really busy with that, and we actually saw the Star of Hope there also. There was a lot of the
Yes.
staff that helped with the sales, and some got exhausted, right, Bill?
Yes.
But they did a great job,
Very
and I want to
exhausted.
congratulate them. I want to congratulate the mayor and the commission and everybody that made this possible, all the volunteers and all the sponsors. Just too many to mention because we'll miss somebody, but congratulations again on that.
Yes, Ms. Hernandez, Mr. Eguia, and all the staff. I know it was a tremendous event. Gets bigger and better every year.
Yes.
We expect even bigger next year, I'm sure.
Yes, because we'll definitely have more time to plan the event. So thank you all for joining us on July 2nd for our Freedom Fest event. This year was obviously difficult with everything everyone went through with COVID, but surprisingly, we had a great response from the community and from the sponsors. This year, we probably got the most sponsors than we ever have. We had over 32 sponsors. We partnered with the school district, which provided us a cost savings. And maybe for the first time ever, we had a little bit of extra. So we had a cook-off where we charged a $100 registration fee, and the car show, that was a $20 registration fee. So this year, we wanted to give back to our community. We have a nonprofit here with us today, which is the Star of Hope. They're a domestic violence shelter. They serve on the nonprofit board, and we are presenting them with a check today with some of those fees. So, ladies,
Very
will you
nice.
join us? And I haven't shown them the check. I've been hiding it from them. They've been trying to peek. So, are y'all ready?
Yes.
How is it?
take-
Spoken from us, and we hope that this helps you with all the great things that y'all are doing for the community, for women and children, for our most delicate population. So thank you so much for the contributions. I know it's all volunteer, you don't get anything in return, but we want you to know on behalf of the city, we're here with you to support you. So, thank
You
you.
take a photograph up here. Yes, sir. We can take a picture of that.
Come over here so y'all can take a picture.
We're honored and humbled. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
for the service. Thank you.
Thank you all. This way? We okay here, Ms. Yolanda?
Can we get more center?
Do you want to center them? Center them?
Yes, thank you. Chief? Are they working together?
Aquí ya se aplicó application. Ahí estamos. De ladito.
Look, we move a little to your, there we go, perfect. I'm gonna do another one with flash, because the shadows, yeah, the shadows on the check are a little, hopefully, we'll do the flash.
Thinking it's thinking.
Right? Flash one?
No.
Nope. Was it, no, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
Make sure you're cashing that big check.
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
You don't know how much this helps us serve our community.
Yeah,
Amen.
Thank you for what you do. Thank you.
And just to touch up a little bit on our main street, so.
Before we continue, Ms. Hernandez, you all would like to say a few words, please?
No?
No? Okay.
Thank you. Just to touch up a little bit on the Main Street, so I started as Main Street Coordinator not too long ago, but we've pretty much taken the work plan and started working on every single project that's there. So next week on Wednesday, you will see our antique vintage light poles getting a new life, a new paint coat on them. We identified 18 of those vintage light poles. When we approached AEP about it, they didn't even know where they came from. That's how old they are. So they're in much need of a new paint job. So that'll start next week on Wednesday. We had our COVID memorial as part of Freedom Fest, and we posted that video on social media, and it did really good. So we've been doing good, and we have plans to continue working on all the projects on the work plan and getting them done by the end of budget year. So thank you all for that opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez.
That's it for me. Any questions?
Not questions, just commenting. I can't say that enough about the event we had, Freedom Fest. It was returning back to some level of normalcy, and it was exciting to see that many people. And the event was phenomenal. I mean, it was truly phenomenal. The fireworks, the food was delicious. I was able to participate as a judge. Just happened to be at the right place at the right time. So hey, I'm here, can I do it? But it was excellent. And of course, the car show and all the volunteers and the sponsors. I mean, it would not be possible without the help of many individuals. And of course, our city commission that takes the lead on that, and our staff. So, can't say enough. It was an excellent return to some level of normalcy. And people were ready for it. We were all ready for an event. And the music, of course, phenomenal too.
Yes.
But just let you in on a secret. I think I believe George Strait will be playing next year.
Not George Strait, it's Jorge Derecho.
And I would like to also add, Ms. Hernandez, thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. There was an excellent, wonderful event. Mr. Aguilla as well, and all of our city employees, they did an excellent job putting everything together. And also, thank you, welcome aboard on the Main Street program. We're very happy to have you there. And I would also like to thank Ms. Rosa Gonzalez. She's our Main Street Advisory Board President. And I know personally that she goes above and beyond. She dedicates a lot of time, a lot of her personal time, to make sure that she gives in her contribution to all of these projects. And we thank you, Ms. Gonzalez, for that as well.
Thank you.
Well, 5 years consecutive, correct, and national recognition. That bodes a lot for the Main Street program and the advisory boards and the staff. I mean, this is 5 consecutive years to be recognized at the national level. I mean, that's kudos to everyone, absolutely. So thank you, appreciate it.
Our great team working together.
Yes,
Appreciate all your support.
I was about to say that the Main Street Advisory Board, all of the board members, they spend a lot of their personal hours to come up with all these projects and bring them into fruition. So we thank every single one of them.
Definitely.
Yes, with that being said, I just wanted to also reiterate and emphasize that we're here to support you guys. I know the Main Street board is very involved, a lot of volunteer hours, and I know I want to thank Ms. Hernandez also for taking on the responsibility of heading this department. But again, I don't want you all to feel like there's obstacles in the way. We're here to support you financially or otherwise. If you all need us also out there with boots on the ground, let us know. But yes, I know there's a lot of great projects that are coming up, a lot of great ideas that she shared with me today. So I look forward to all those great projects coming to fruition. So again, congratulations, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Mr. Aguilla, thank you, sir.
Mayor, also just a reminder that the review's out. That's a lot of other information, and it's on the city website that people can go check out what's going on behind the scenes in the city and some of the stuff that we talk about here in the meeting. So that's online. You guys have a printout of that, and if you have any questions on that, the directors are all here. Their departments are all depicted for the most part on this, if they have something going on. And we also have got Mr. Aguilla that going to talk a little bit about the Pee Wee sports that are coming up, and so a quick turnaround on what the COVID is to kind of getting back to normal.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. In August, we're going to start registration for Pee Wee football. So we're going to join up with Roma. I mean, let's see how many kids we get that come into football. We're going to start, flag football will be 2nd and 3rd grade, and then tackle will be 4th and 5th and 6th alone. So we're
How
looking
many
forward to
teams
that.
are we anticipating or expecting?
Last year we had in 6th grade, we had 4 teams with Roma. There were a total of 6 teams. And in 4th and 5th, we had a total of 8 with Roma.
Fantastic.
And in the flag football, we had a total of 8 teams. So
It's
we'll
great
see
to
the-
have Super Bowl back, right?
Yeah.
The little leagues or the
Yes, sir.
Pee-wees. It's awesome to see them the last few years, so glad to return back to that. So certainly looking forward to this fall semester of football and football Fridays and certainly Pee-wee football.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you, Mr. Ia.
Mr. Lee, I have a question for you. Where will the people be able to register their children for?
Here in City Hall,
Here in
in
City
the
Hall?
Parks and Rec
And
Department.
what date, you said the month, but what day is?
We're gonna post it online.
Online?
We're looking at August, mid-August.
Okay.
We'll post it online to
Okay.
let the public know.
Is there gonna be a fee, or are you also gonna
Yes,
post that in
we
online?
will
Okay.
post everything online.
Just to
just
let
so
the
you know.
public know?
Yes,
Okay, thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ia.
Thank you.
Mayor, we also have a quick, some information on, there's a law enforcement torch run that used to be done years ago, and it had kind of faded away in the all areas, and kind of COVID didn't help much with this event. And we were approached, I know Angelina's here, she brought us together with the people from Special Olympics, and they actually wanted to bring it to every county. And this is based on fundraising and who kind of wins on the amounts of money that are brought in. The information is going to be put out on our social media, and there's every law enforcement agency that's involved in this torch run is on that social media. Come over, Angelina. It's on that page. So you have to actually scroll down and look for the Rio Grande City Police Department or the Stark County Sheriff's Office, Colares, Roma, Brownsville, McAllen. Everybody's on there, but the fundraising goes down to the agency that you're trying to help. And the torch run is going to be, I think, hopefully in September 25th. I think we talked to the majority of agencies, Chief. I think we talked to you all, and I think everybody's on board for the most part. And I'll let Angelina I was out last week, so she's kind of handled it along with the Assistant Chief, but can you explain a little bit about that and give us some more details, please?
Yeah, so Chief gave a really good explanation so far of what this program is. It is a component of Special Olympics. Now, the torch run is not just Special Olympics. We are actually trying to combine our law enforcement entities of every city in the county to get involved, which also includes the PDs for the school districts. And the idea of this is to kind of give kids with special needs or the community with special needs a feeling that they are integrated into the community, which I feel is something that Rio Grande City needs to work on. And this is an idea that we wanted to kind of utilize here. So he explained it fairly well. This torch run is actually going to be a 5K event. Participants consist of the PD departments, and up until the day of the race, they kind of compete against each other. It's a friendly competition, and you'll see with the flyer that you have that there are sponsorships, and so with these sponsorships, they are providing prizes for each PD department. However, there at the event, there's also going to be prizes for who wins the 5K run. So the really good thing about an event like this, especially because it's provided by Special Olympics, is that we don't necessarily have to provide money for it, which is a big indicator that, this is something we need to integrate into our community. So the cool thing about it is that they're actually going to be coming over and providing a DJ, providing snacks, they're actually talking about bringing the Vipers over, bringing, fun stuff for kids to do, kids with special needs, that way they can feel included in the events. So it's gonna be more than just a 5K, it's gonna be an event for kids with special needs, inclusive, and the entire community to get together and support the cause and kind of promote the inclusivity with kids with special needs. So the really cool idea that we had with this was, we wanted to bring it to Stark County because it hasn't been here with Stark County in, I think, about the past 15 years. I know that the district does do something dealing with kids with special needs, but we haven't hosted our own event because we didn't have enough support, and in order for them to provide this event here in our community, we need to know that we have a commitment from each entity. So about 2 weeks ago, we did gather a meeting together of each public relations person from each PD department, and we gave them a rundown of, what the event is, what we're trying to do, how they're going to be promoting. Yesterday, I did already send the link out to all our PD departments. We have every city involved, which is really exciting because I wanted to make sure that we did this as a county. This was another way that I wanted to bring Stark County more into the rest of the valley. So this is a really exciting event, so I'm really excited about it. But other than that, we'll let you know details as they keep rolling in. Something we don't have confirmed yet is a location, which usually it goes around City Hall. That's how it is, but we're thinking that there may be some other options that might be a better choice. So we'll go ahead and let you know once we decide on that.
Ms. Angelina, I see here that the goal is to raise $25,000. Is that overall or by city?
Okay, so the $25,000 goal is actually the goal of the entire
Combined.
RGV and Laredo Special Olympics sector. There is no specific goal that each department needs to reach. However, I don't think that that's something that we should be telling, everyone. We really just want to make sure that we kind of raise as much money as we can, because that money stays here in Stark County. So whatever we raise stays here. It doesn't go to San Antonio, it doesn't go to McAllen, it doesn't go to Brownsville, it stays here in Stark County. So people talk about not having enough resources provided for people with special needs. Well, then this is one way that we can kind of get people involved to provide those resources.
Very good.
I've spoken to several law enforcement entities, including CBP, and they're going to be part of it as well. Of course, RPD and other sheriffs and municipalities. And it's a great event because it serves multiple purposes, including, of course, the needs, Special Olympics, but at the same time is law enforcement, bringing law enforcement together as well, and having that community aspect of it, where people are seeing law enforcement outside of just the law enforcement. I guess I'm running out of words here.
Give me tickets.
What's that?
Give me tickets.
Well, something else.
Too much Diet Coke. Something wrong with my memory here. So,
Sign of the
or
gift.
maybe because we already had a meeting. I don't know. Blame it on something.
Yeah.
You said age, right?
I said age
too. So, nonetheless,
You're still young, sir.
we're still, yes, all right. So going back to that, but it's important that our law enforcement community is viewed on that perspective too, that they're here to serve, they're here to provide for all our community's needs beyond just the regular law enforcement and view of it, right?
Yeah.
We're humans, right? Law enforcement, the humanity aspect of it and how it ties to our kids and so on. So great event. So let's see what we can do to make this a success. And I'm sure, with our staff, it's going to be a great success. So certainly looking forward to that.
So something else I would like to mention.
You don't have to run it. You can walk
Okay,
it.
just support.
It's not the winning thing. It's the donation thing. So yeah, it's up to the cause itself. So thank you.
So really quick, something else I would like to mention about this event is that it has the potential to also reach national coverage. So if we are able to, one, the goal is to provide the most commitment. But if we're able to reach that caliber, and if we're able to get the schools involved and get every city involved, there's actually, I believe, 5 different criteria where we can qualify as a county who receives, I believe they call it like gold membership status. But what that means is that they actually bring what is it called? It's not Fox News, it's the ESPN. That they bring ESPN down, to Stark County, and they bring they have an entire production in Stark County. So it's another positive way that we can bring, national coverage into our region if we're able to,
Well, and that's
do what
the
we got to get
important
done.
part of having local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies being represented in this. I think that would go a long ways. We're already doing that. They're working together, but in something like this as well, I mean, that the message would be clear that we're in this together in a sense. So thank you, Ms. Yolanda.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all that has to report. Listen, another director needs.
Mr. Milan?
something to mention.
Tell us all the great news, Mr. Milan. How many permits?
I'll be brief.
That's all right.
Stuff you really want to hear. Good afternoon, first of all. Well, Plan Department processed in the month of June 3 commercial permits. Well, big projects like Dollar Tree on the 3167, 7-Eleven on the St. Ives, and Border Town in the Historic District. And I emphasize the location because it's scattered all over town from the east, the west side, the Historic District, and the St. Ives project. That's a total investment of, in building only is $2 million, close to $2 million. Residential, also all over the place, $1.3 million almost in residential. This is new buildings, new homes, new businesses also, and in addition to other remodels. Just month of June. If you notice, Starbucks started moving dirt, so can't wait. And
For the Frappuccinos, right
yes.
there.
So that's all I have for the month of June. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Milan. Excellent, getting these permits being issued out, construction going on the west side of Rio Grande City, on the east side as well, and certainly as we're moving north, so things are looking very, very promising, and other multi-million-dollar developments as well, so excellent time, so thank you, Mr. Milan. Anyone else? Chief Muñiz, anything to report?
Mr. Muñiz got a fire truck.
Tell us about your new toy, Chief.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Commission. Yes, well, Friday we went, Friday we came down with a new, brand new truck. Thanks to you all, we got a brand new brush truck to go along with our fleets. It's a 4-door Super Cab 550. It carries 400 gallons of water, and it's, I mean, we're proud to have it, and it's a good upgrade, and it'll be good for the whole community to have such a truck.
We took it for a little
Yes.
spin here. It's a beautiful vehicle, and certainly a lot of power, and all the gadgets and whistles that it has for fighting fires. Certainly, it's
Correct.
extremely useful in our area. So, thank you for that, Commissioner. Another wonderful tool and resource for fighting fires. So,
Yes, and we should be receiving the other ones, the other 2 pumpers, maybe by the end of the year. Hopefully, beginning of the next year or the end of the year. We're still pending 2 other ones, trucks. But this goes a long way in helping us out community-wise. It's a good purchase. Thanks again to the commission for making it happen.
thank you, Chief, also for the sandbags. I know some of them were needed as a result of some of the flooding in some areas. We were fortunate not to be in that position. Nonetheless, we continue to prepare for it. Or hurricane season, obviously, we're upon it.
Yes.
But unseasonable rains, to some degree.
Yes.
Excellent on one end, but certainly the flooding that they potentially can create. But let's continue maintaining that emergency management. Of course, you do a great job with that. So thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Mayor, that being said, on that one, this is part of the CO's, the certificate of obligation, along with the other fire truck they received, and we will be getting a PO for that one to pay that one off, within a reasonable amount of time, as well as the other fire truck that the chief received a couple of months ago. So that'll be going up.
Thank you. Next item is 2 consent agenda. Letter A, approval of minutes from previous meetings. Entertain a motion at this time.
Mayor, a motion to approve item 2A.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 2A by Commissioner Ramirez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Next item is 3 resolutions. Letter A, discussion and possible action to amend the city's DWSRF application for the city's old water plant number 1 rehabilitation and East Waterline Loop project, specifically to increase the financial assistance being sought from the Texas Water Development Board to $5,700,000 and to submit an amended TWDB application filing and authorize representative resolution reflecting the increase in financial assistance being sought.
Yes, Mayor, Ms. Baez is here on that. I think that's a correction on the amounts had to do fix that resolution, so they could resubmit it. Were there any questions? Ms. Bass is here to answer that. Hello, Ms. Bass.
Yes, sir. Mayor and Commissioners, this is to amend the budget and the resolution of this application. It was initially submitted for $5,158,000. In the course of its review, they requested some additional items to be considered, specifically project management, environmental, and inspection. The figures were prepared by Ruben Chapa, licensed engineer in the state of Texas. The resolution, as recommended by Mr. Arnoldo Rubio from the Texas Water Development Board, stated to make it to an amount not to exceed the $5,700,000. So from here into the course that we close in January 2022, if there are anything that might increase it from what the budget is, there'll be enough gap there to cover it due to the resolution that we are presenting today. This is for the old water treatment plant, along with the loop from Abasolo to the new 755 to provide consistent, steady pressure in the area.
Any questions, or do we entertain a motion at this time?
No, I so move that we approve item 3A.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 3A by Commissioner Ramirez. Do we have a second?
A second.
Second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Bass. Next item is 4, consideration and approval, letter A, discussion and possible action to approve several contracts, purchases, payments with the Water Department, each not exceeding $50,000 or triggering the Texas procurement process. Ms. Bass, anything on this? No, we already have it in the package. However, any questions from Ms. Bass on that?
I believe there are about 21 acre feet of water, Class B irrigation. Ones that we are able to acquire it, we will have the cost of converting them to Class A municipal. We need to make sure that they are clear, that they are registered with the water masters. We're always looking for water rights to be prepared for the additional growth that we're looking for in the city that we're experiencing. So any opportunity to purchase is always, welcomed.
But in reference to item 4A, anything on the, any of the other contracts, purchases, or payments?
I have a question on the water rights. Do we lose linear acreage, or do we have to pay?
I think that Ms. Bass went on
we
the
will-
other item.
Yeah, no, let's continue on 4A before we continue on 4B.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll come back
Oh, I'm
to-
sorry, I skipped to 4.
Yeah, no,
4B.
I was talking about
Anything on 4A, any questions on 4A?
The 4A, those are regular monthly bills for chemicals for the water treatment plant and electrical. And because the Vector truck has been at the repair shop in San Antonio, we've had to use the services of Luis Falcon, which are expensive. We just got word today, we'll be picking up the truck tomorrow. All work has been completed, so we will be able to use our own vehicle and not have to spend $7,000.
And on that Vector truck, we just need to make sure that we have the right personnel that maintain it. And,
Yes, sir, we've right now have the offer letter to a CDL driver. We should have commitment or acceptance of the job offer by tomorrow. This person will be responsible to, at the end of the day, maintain it and keep it running. He would be the only person basically driving it because they need to have a CDL.
Okay. Any other questions on item 4A? Are we ready for entertain a motion at this time?
By when will the vacuum truck be ready?
It's ready right now. We're hoping to be able to take 2 CDL drivers. We've already hired one. We're waiting for another, so they can go with Mr. Cantu to pick up the truck and get the training by the company on the maintenance and, how to work both the motors, the front and the back.
Okay.
Are we ready to entertain a motion at this time?
I move that we approve the items presented.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 4A,
Second.
second by Commissioner Flores. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Next item is 4B, discussion and possible action affirming the city's desire to purchase water rights from Fred Margo, all located within the city of Rio Grande City, and authorizing the city to execute a letter of intent to purchase between the city of Rio Grande City, Fred Margo, and other interested parties, subject to conducting a title search and/or other necessary legal documents. Ms. Veas?
Yes, sir. As I explained earlier, we're always, of course, in desperate search of water rights. And I'm not sure I understood the question, but in the conversion, we basically, there's 2 acre-feet of Class B to 1. So we will basically have half of Class A municipal when we convert them.
I mean, and this one, the city does have a desire to purchase water rights, and then, like as Ms. Smith mentioned, Mr. Margohead does have some water rights that he is willing to sell, and is just giving us authorization to execute a letter between the city and letting them know that there is an interest, and so legal can follow up on conducting a search and necessary legal documentation to kind of get that process started. So that'll be coming back to the board.
It'll come back to the city commission at some point.
Yes, sir.
And tell us, just Ms. Veas, just for the clarity of everyone also listening in the public, why is it important to continue to purchase water rights?
Water rights are what allows the city to draw from the river to process and to treat to serve the community. It is an international body of water. It is regulated by the IBWC, International Boundary and Water Commission. They regulate how much water we can pull. Environmental factors such as droughts can affect, even if we have water rights, they can put a cap on how much we draw. At that time, we would implement our drought contingency plan if that should happen, as it is in the western states in California and Arizona and those that are experiencing right now some droughts. But right now, we haven't been notified. Watershed starts in the Colorado River for the Rio Grande River.
And at this point, it'd be to begin the conversation and then bring back any type of negotiation as far as for the actual cost of
Correct,
acres
Mayor.
and so on.
Once all of that is cleared and we are assured that they are registered, that it is owned by the person selling, then we can proceed. There is a document, there's an application, and that is brought forward to the council.
Okay. Any questions, commissioners? We entertain a motion at this time.
I so move. Item 4B.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Escobedo to approve item 4B.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Flores. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Reyes. Next item is 5, contract and agreements. Letter A, discussion and possible action to award the mechanical contract for the city's fleet to Role Mechanic Shop. And we'll consider also item 5B, discussion and possible action to award the mechanical contract for the city's fleet to Car Care 1.
Yes, Mayor, the commission and you all authorized us to go out for bids for mechanic, for RFPs for mechanics, and we put those out. There was only 2 mechanic shops that actually submitted a bid to Melissa. She's the one that received them, and they're both attached there to the information that was submitted. This would be the general mechanics of the vehicles, and there's a list of items that they go with. Whatever's not covered in those list of items can go to somewhere else, Cal, is that correct? So there's some stuff that is not on there, like oil changes, I think, tires and stuff like that, that would go out to somebody else. And this would be single source that we could go to. And we've had these 2 companies before on contract with the city that had expired, and we went out for bids again. So the proposal is for commission to look at this and recommendations to approve those items. But they're in your package, so you all can look at that.
We're taking both at the same time?
Yes, we're taking both items, item 5A and 5B.
So move, Mayor.
Okay. We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez and items 5A and 5B, correct?
Yes, 5A and 5B.
I
Okay.
second.
We have a second by Commissioner Flores. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Next item is 5C, discussion and possible action to approve authorization to negotiate an award contract for professional audit services with Raul Hernandez and Company PC.
Yes, Mayor, this is the same company that the city has worked with for a very long time. I did speak to Mr. Hernandez today, and he said that the rates, the contract is basically all the same. The recommendation from Mr. Cantu and staff is that this be approved as long as it gets authorized and looked over by council.
We have in the past, it's just a renewal.
It's a
basically.
renewal, yes, it's a renewal. So,
And there's no doubt he's done a tremendous job for us, and I know Mr. Cantu works very well with him. This time, do we entertain a motion or any questions about this item? Okay, we have a motion to approve item 5C by Commissioner Garza,
I second.
second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Next item is 5D, discussion and possible action to award a contract for 1 year with Smartcom Telephone LLC for Internet Ethernet services.
yes, Mayor, this is a contract to look into new services for the internet. It's a 1-year contract. And this should save us a good substantial amount of money. Mr. Lopez is here. He's worked on it. Mr. Cantu is on vacation, so he's not here to talk about it, but he also recommended that to the city. And it's a 1-year term, so we could try it out. And I think there's a savings of that. Is Mr. Eddie?
Yes, he's there, but I think he has somebody there that's gonna talk.
Okay, do you have somebody? Yeah. Okay, if you want to hear what they got to offer, they'll be online, but there is a significant savings per year on this as to what we currently have right now.
Mr. Medina, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Commissioners, good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you guys. Can you all hear me?
It's a little
Okay.
muffled.
Is that better?
Okay, you can hear it.
Yes.
We have an echo.
Yeah.
There, no more echo.
All right.
Okay, so as you may know, the Spectrum internet contract is up for renewal. And what you have in front of you is 2 proposals, one for Spectrum, the other one for Smartcom. And I think you can see the savings there. It's quite, we can be able to save a lot of money. Approximately we would be saving $1,400 per month if we were to switch to Smartcom.
And just to be clear on that, as far as for a non-techie person like myself, what is as far as the level of speed and how does all that work compared to what we had before, and let's say moving on to here?
Yeah,
How would the
if you take a
service
look at
improve and all that?
the first column, it says Spectrum current. If you see on the right-hand column, you can see that it's 50 megabits per second.
Yes.
So on the Smartcom proposal, it'll be double. So it's going to be at 100.
And who else has this service close by? I mean,
Rio Grande City School District?
the district?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same one.
And they'll lock this rate only for 12 months.
Yes, but on the contract, it was specified that if we keep going, it'll be at the same price.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's pretty
Yeah, Mr.
comparable to
Mayor,
what we
if I
have now,
may.
but it's less expensive, correct?
I think he's trying to say something.
I'm sorry, what was that, Mr. Medina?
Yes, I just wanted to make a quick comment for the mayor and for the commissioners that this is a 1-year agreement, 12 months, but it has the option to renew the agreement with the same terms and the same cost for an additional 12-month agreement as many times as necessary. And also the fact that we do serve the Rio Grande City ISD along with about 95% of all the other school districts in the valley. So it's not just the fact that we're trying to help the city saving money, but also the fact that our services, our quality of service, not just on the service we provide on the internet itself, but customer service as well, is superior to any other companies in the area, including excluding Spectrum and AT&T. So just wanted to clarify that it's not just about saving the city money, but also increasing your speed. We're doubling pretty much everywhere, and we're providing you a better level of service as well.
And as far as if we do move on to this, would there be any additional costs as far as equipment or as far as anything else?
The only thing would be that we are going to have Barcom. It's another company that helps us. They're going to do the transition. And I think that the cost is going to be $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this service is only for our buildings, our city hall, and
Yes.
it's also for the police department?
Yes, all the buildings. You have the locations there.
All the different locations?
Yes,
Got it.
Okay. Any other questions?
So is that your recommendation, Mr. Lopez?
I'm sorry, sir?
Is that your recommendation to go with Smartcom?
Yes.
Okay. Entertain a motion at this time.
I so move.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 5D by Commissioner Ramirez.
Second.
Second, who was first? All right, tell me, Ms. Garza, all right? Ms. Garza, who was it? Okay, Mr. Escobedo, second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, your left. Motion passes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, commissioners. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I really appreciate it. You all have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Next item is 6, planning, letter A, discussion and possible action on preliminary plat approval of the Valentine Ranches Phase 1.
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners, a new residential subdivision on the east area of town. This is to the northeast of the Julave ballrooms, there by those hills. It's a 46-lot residential subdivision with the water CCN of La Union Water Supply. They're proposing water and sewer, and the subdivision has been recommended for approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission last week on their regular meeting.
Where is it exactly?
They're behind the Garza and Salinas subdivision, right here by the Julaves. Down the hills. Yeah. Northeast side.
And when you say suggestion, it means that there's no sewage? Or-
There is sewer.
There is sewer.
They're proposing extending the lines, water and sewer lines.
Got it.
Perfect. We entertain a motion at this time.
I so move, Mayor.
Okay, have a motion to approve by Commissioner Escobedo,
Second.
second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, your left. Motion passes. Next item is 6B, discussion and possible action for off-premise wine and beer retailers licensed by Yolanda for business located at 4941 East Highway 83, formerly addressed as 5 Bluebird Street, Rio Grande City, Texas.
Yes, Mayor, this liquor license, we've licensed it in the past. It's what used to be known as the Candy Apple Lady store there in the El Arroyo area, just before the bridge. So again, every time it changes ownership, we had to reconsider the license. But it's been recommended for approval.
For approval. Okay. Entertain a motion.
I so move.
I have a motion by Commissioner Ramirez,
Second.
second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, your left. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Milan. Appreciate it. Next item is 7, executive session, Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, consultation with attorney, Section 551.074, personnel matters, and Section 551.087, economic development. It is 7:16 p.m. We'll go over to the EDC. Item 8, we convene into regular session in consideration of action on matters discussed during executive session, including the following. There's no action on item 8A, no action on item 8B. This time, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Movement?
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion? None. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Opposed, raise your left. Motion passes. Meeting adjourned. It is 8:03.